Hello traders, this is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way. Just been through quite an extensive office move, so I've been out of the way for a while, but really just sort of getting my head around and really focusing on the market. I spent the afternoon scanning, so I'm going to share what I'm seeing in this market. But I'm kicking off with the dollar because we've breached the low of this channel and then got back in, so that's very bullish there. And what I'm looking for now is for at least a partial recovery. If we break through the parity, then I'm looking to get back into the March highs at least. That would take some energy out of the main markets if this dollar picked up. If we get through 104, then we could do a complete boomerang back up. But in the meantime, I think we're at least seeing a bounce here, if nothing more. Alright, so that means that the markets are potentially going to pull back some. And the reason why I was shorting yesterday, and I still think it's very short here, because this is just so much resistance. So I think we've got some lower closes here, bumping into this resistance now. And the very least I can see is coming back to 43,000, and if we at some stage fail that, I can see us winding back to some of these earlier moves. I just think there's a whole heap of resistance here, so unless we turn around and pick up and get back through 45,000, I think this is short term going to pull back. I mean, if you just look at the RSI, we were getting so we have been divergent at these recent highs. I'm talking about last week. So we're just out of step with the moving averages. You've probably heard me say this many times before. Every time you get out of step with the averages, it climbs back. We got way out of step with the averages here, and it wound its way back. But after support, it pulled through, wound its way back, moved up, wound its way back, and so on. So we just need to at least retest that average, that 50-day average, for this market to settle down and wait for these averages to catch up. So if we come down to 43,000 and hold, then the next time we get through to 45, I can see that breaking through. So you can see this trend line here. If we come down, just get through that trend line at 43 and then go back up, I can see us getting back up to 45 and beyond, get up to 47 and potentially 50. Alright, so this is a much needed pullback in a traditionally very slow time of the year. Take a quick look at gold. So we have very tame inflation in the US today. You can see 33.78 at the moment has sold into. So that strength in the dollar could see this come all the way back down to 3,000, possibly lower, possibly down to 2,800. If we're seeing lower highs here. If we break that support, I can see us winding back and seeing probably a significant pullback on the gold. But if we turn around and hold 3,300, then we're going to 3,500 plus. My money is on this gold really pulling right back. Let's look at, talked about wheat off and on, and wheat is really struggling. Series of lower highs, lower lows. I have to say, I've been sitting in this wheat for a while, taking a bit of heat, but I'm not leveraged. If we come down to 510 and don't hold, we're going to see 480. At this rate, I think the likelihood of seeing 480 is getting higher, because if we now close underneath this trendline support and can't hold the 510, then 480, here we come. So we've got to turn around, hold 550, and then on volume, and then we can pick up. But I have to say, I don't think that's likely. Right, stocks. This is Polar. Got out of this too early. Sweet move down there off of 325. Currently not too far off 5. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that pull back to 430. If we do and that holds, we'll get back in, because then I think we can go and find the highs up at 5 and potentially higher. It's doing really well, so no reason. We have got very high RSI up here. This can stay as high as long as it likes, but a trendline pullback would take it back to that 430. EasyJet, I can see this coming all the way back to 490. We're under the 50-day average. Volumes are really slackening off here, so unless that turns around and holds 540 sometime soon, I can see a deeper pullback in that one. There's a gap. At some stage you're going to go and fill that gap, but I don't think that's done yet. Oil has been picking up as well. Completely missed out on this move. So back here in early April, we're down there at July 23 support, and now we're getting close to May 24 highs. So I would dearly love to see this one pull back. There is a lot of resistance up here at 150. I think a good pullback would be around about the 139, 140 mark. You can see the average is down there as well. So biding my time to see if I can buy a pullback, having missed out on this initial run. IQE has been really disappointing up till now, but look at the volume. We talked about this in the room today, but look at the volume there picking up, and that closing above 10.5. So if we can do that, then I think at some stage I believe this is going to go and find 20. It's going to double, but I don't know if we're talking about weeks, months, or even longer. But I'm in it. I've got to stop underneath 9, and I'm going to see if that can come true. BT's had a really good run. Any pullback to 179, 180 is potentially buyable. It is. You can see the RSI was really high up there. We are. It's a common theme, isn't it? These averages have got out of step now. So I just think we'll see some profit taking, and then potentially come back and get a pullback. However, if any time soon this closes above £2, then expect that to go higher. So there's certainly no reason to sell it. It's performing very well, but viable on pullbacks. Right, stocks I like. This is Man Group. Not so long ago we were up here at 260. I've had this major corrective wave pattern here. Come off the 150. I would love to see this come back to 150, 160. But if we just come back to 165, I would still buy this. If we break above 180, £2, I would buy a pullback. But I'm hoping that this will come back lower. Who knows, maybe even do a retest of 150 before winding its way up. I'm hoping to £2 plus 250 on Man Group. So I'm liking this. I'm just going to leave this longer though, just to see if we can get a deeper pullback. But I will buy higher if I don't get that. Vodafone has gone up to that extension at 82. Any pullback to 75 I think is buyable. Volumes are not great up here, so but I would expect 75, 77 I think is now support. Like if that holds, comes down to touches and holds, I think we're going to go back through 90p plus, and who knows, maybe it'll start to make up for some of these drops and get through the pound mark. But liking Vodafone, just a bit concerned about the volume. The other stock I am stalking is Glencore. Up from £2 to 3.10 here, and a lot of resistance here, and when we dropped into that £2 from this point, so I would like to see this come back to at least 250. Again, if it doesn't get there, I mean, I've got divergent RSI there. If we don't see that pullback and we start to hold this £3 mark, then I will buy higher, because I do think this is a good stock. Okay, but I am going to be patient, particularly given the time of year. My final sort of target for stalking and potential energy is this Halion. You can see 350, we've launched ourselves up from 350 to 420, so a nice move up there, and we're getting a corrective wave down here to the base support. So if we can come into 350, 350 is down here, if we can come into 350 and hold, then I will be looking for entry. It's possible this 365, 370 is it. So any higher moves here would get me in, and ultimately looking for 420, 450 and higher if this can come back and hold and then push up. Alright, let's just take a look at the weekly on this one. Yes, there's a lot of resistance, but you can see we're making higher highs up here and potentially higher lows. So that's why I am, yes, the weekly chart, we've been coming down since early June on Halion. HLN is the ticker. So keep an eye on this. I certainly am, and I'll update you. This is QCOM, just switching to the US market. Not that long ago we were up there at 2200. We came down to 12, and so after this initial move here we are taking a breather. So if we can come back into something like 14, or potentially even another test of the 12 mark on QCOM, I'm in. In the meantime, again, I will buy higher if it's justified, if the volumes are going to pick up. This is a weekly chart, by the way, because an awful lot of support just underneath here. So looking to see if that can get back to those highs on QCOM. That's it for now. So yeah, I think there are opportunities out there. The markets are still holding up well, but they are extended, and we are seeing some stocks coming back. Hope that helps. Like I said, I am getting my office really back in order now, so I will be spending more time here, and I will be increasing the level of scanning and support I'm offering in the coming days, and certainly the back end of summer. Alright, thanks very much, bye for now.